guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today I'm just going to be touching on some disappointing products. So I've got this little bag of products here that I have used over the last 6 months-ish or so that have disagreed with me in some sort. So I thought that I would just share them with you and hopefully it can help you out. I know a few of the things in here I've heard a lot of people talk about that they really like, and for some reason it just didn't work out for me. So let's just jump right in. Starting off with a few foundations. This first one is just a sample size. It is from CoverGirl. It is the Clean Matte BB Cream, and I have it in the shade 520 Light. So this is a BB cream, and it says it's for oily skin. I don't know, it just was like a weird consistency. I bought this a while ago. It was just a little sample size, and I just didn't like it. It's extremely orange, which is the next foundation I'm going to talk about as well. I feel like it just oxidizes and like turns really orange on my skin. I don't know if the camera's picking up on that, but it just was like a really weird consistency. I didn't like it. It didn't provide much coverage and just wasn't a fan. The next foundation is from CoverGirl as well. It is the Ready Set Gorgeous foundation, and I actually really liked this when I first got it. I think the first shade I had was 115. And so I thought it was like a little bit too dark, so I thought that I would go with 110, but I feel like this is like the same depth but like more pinky. Like this is a little bit more like yellow undertone, this was more pink undertone, and neither of them were great, and they both oxidized on my skin a lot, like to the point where it didn't look good, and like you could definitely tell like a line on my neck. And I'm not about that. I didn't like it, and so unfortunately this did not work. But I know a lot of people love it, so I'm sorry, I couldn't make it work. I used it for a long time, and every time I used it I was like, why do I wear this? Why do I keep trying to do this to myself? It doesn't turn out good. So I finally gave up, and no longer. Another face product is from Wet n Wild, and it is this geometric highlighting powder, and it is in the color Where the Dreamers Go. This was another thing that, hey Charlie, this was another thing that I actually liked when I first got it, and I've realized it's just not a good color for me because it's like really cool toned. It comes off on the skin very kind of like green. So it's like almost like really greenish yellowy, very icy, really cool toned. And it does an okay job. Like there's a lot of shimmer to it. It's not glittery. It's just not a good shade for me. So I've just another one I'm kind of giving up on. An eye primer, which is new to me, is the Essence I Heart Stage Eyeshadow Base. This works okay. It's not terrible. It's just, it's so yellowy. So first of all, mine's missing like the little thing that's supposed to clean off a lot of the product when you pull the dough foot out. So it just pulls out so much product. But then when you use it, it's just like, it's so orange colored. Like it's so dark that it does weird things on my eyelids. Oh, that was like barely any, but it's really orangey. And I mean, you lose a lot of the color when you blend it out, but it doesn't hold on to shadow well. It makes it so like I get already as it is with a good eye primer, my mascara will transfer to my like brow bone, and this just made it way worse. Like I don't know if it's because it's kind of oily, and so it would make like my eyelids more oily, and then when my eyelashes would touch it, it would just run off. I don't know. So I don't like this. The first time I tried it, I was kind of okay about it. I just don't like it after a few times. 3 mascaras. The first one was quite popular maybe about 6 or 7 months ago or so, and it is the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Mascara. I have it in Blackest Black, I'm sure. The wand is nice, and it does add like a lot of volume. So it's just got like a nice natural bristle wand, and so it does a good job at like adding volume to your lashes, but it would transfer everywhere. Like it was all over the place. And so I guess I could have done waterproof, but I don't really enjoy using waterproof mascara because then it's just impossible to get off and I feel like I lose eyelashes and it's just not a good situation. And so I've given up on it. It like transfers to my eyelid, like my brow bone. It goes underneath my eyelashes. It's everywhere. So I've given up. 2 high-end mascaras that are luckily sample size that I either got in Ipsy or as like a sample at Ulta. First one is the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash. And I got this in my Ipsy bag last month in August. And I was indifferent about it. It's just like a really small brush, like the bristles aren't very long. So it was really easy to apply and it did okay like separating your lashes and defining your lashes, but it didn't add a ton of volume. But again, it just went everywhere. Like I would put it on and it'd like end up all over, and so I didn't really enjoy that. And kind of the same story for this one. This is the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. That's kind of hard to see. I got this from Ulta. First of all, the packaging on this, like, this is what they sell. Like, you can buy this size in the store. Like, it doesn't even, it's not even like drugstore quality. The packaging just sucks. I would expect a lot more from Lancome. I grew up using Lancome. My mom loved Lancome makeup and skincare, and so that was kind of my first intro to makeup was Lancome, which sets the bar pretty high because they've got some really great stuff. And this just let me down. Like the packaging, even like the real packaging of it just looks cheap. It doesn't look nice. It just looks cheap and like not classy and classic like their stuff is usually. But the brush on this is pretty nice. Again, it's like a nice natural bristle brush. The wand was almost like too long of bristles where it was almost kind of hard to apply. Like I felt like I was like really trying to work at my lashes and I couldn't get like any like oomph to them. Like, I don't know. I'm not making sense. But I didn't like it, unfortunately. And I love Lancome, and unfortunately it just didn't work. These are, I've never even heard of these lippies before, and I just got them at like a party that I went to. It is these liquid, what are they called even? Natalie Matte Lip Gloss, and it's from the brand Clean Color. These are nasty, disgusting. I got this color and I was like, ooh, that's a nice like cool tone, kind of gray color. I was into it because at the time I was wearing a lot of like cool tone lips. And even like when you swatch it, it's like, ooh, that's kind of a nice rosy gray color. And they don't feel terrible when you swatch them or like when you first apply them. But they're god awful. They're terrible. Like you have them on for like 30 seconds and it's just disaster zone. So I don't know where you can buy these at, if they even sell them in stores. Like these are cool colors. I was excited to try these colors because they're different than normal like liquid lip stuff that I have. And so I was excited to try them, but they're just big letdown. Pretty thick, and oh, this red one is super patchy. And they're just super uncomfortable. I tried wearing this one out. The other ones I just tried on at night and was like, nope. This one I tried wearing out just because I really enjoyed the color, and it was like flaking off of my lips by like 30 minutes in. So I did not like these. I pretty much got them, tried them, and like the next day they like went in my section of my vanity that is like disappointing products. This kind of started my disappointing products section in my vanity. Don't do it. I think I looked these up online and you like buy them in bulk. Just stay away, don't do it. One last eye product and we'll move on to a few face products to finish it off is this Essence Gel Eyeliner. People love this stuff, and I feel like I liked it for like the first month, And then it just dried out so fast. Like you can see it like separated from the side of the container in here. And that happened like a week in. It wasn't just because like this is what it looks like now. This is like what it started to look like right after I bought it. And so I used to really enjoy gel eyeliner and using a brush to apply it. And this just did not stand up to my standards, unfortunately. So it is a super affordable. It's like $3 or $4 or so. Just doesn't work. I'd rather use the Wet n Wild one, or I've used the Maybelline one. And I've never tried the L'Oreal one, but I've heard that one is really good as well. But I would just skip this, honestly. I feel like it dried out so fast, way too fast than it should have. Another Essence product. Essence is so hit and miss. Like I have a lot of really favorite Essence products. I just recently did a look with all Essence products, and most of them are things that I really love. I'll link that above. And it's actually Essence and a few Wet n Wild things thrown in there. But there's things that I like really dislike too. Like it's either like great or terrible. This was on the terrible side. So this is the Essence Shape Your Face contouring palette. And I should have just believed Tati when I heard her talk about this originally. She had said that it was not good and that it wasn't working for her. And I was like, you probably just have like too high of standards. Whatever. I'm gonna try it. It's not good. No bueno. I have it in the shade, by the way, Ready Set Peach. There is one that's more like a rosy color, and then I think these are even a little bit different. But so here's like the contour color. Where is that even at? What? And then the highlight color, which is not a shimmery highlight, by the way. It's like a setting powder highlight color. But it's just super patchy and like doesn't apply evenly and overly powdery. And then the blush, which was kind of the only saving grace of this palette to me, but it's such an orange color that it's like not usable. Like it's so orangey that I don't want to use it. Like I have another, the Satin Touch blush from Essence in like their peach color. Is kind of a similar, like it looks similar to this, like where it's like super shimmery, but it's more pinky and less just like straight up orange, and so it's wearable. The orange is just, I can't wear that. Save your money. Just don't do it. Believe everyone else that has talked about this. I think literally every other like review I've seen on this has been awful. So I really don't know why I tried it, but Essence, they just pulls me in. I have a disappointing face sponge. This one from Up and Up from Target is terrible. I don't remember who I saw, or there must have been some video on YouTube that talked about this. It might have even been a Target video that had like talked about this and someone was using it and they're like, oh, it's so great for blending out foundation and concealer. I was like, I'm gonna give that one a try. Nope. It's so hard. It's not wet right now, but literally when it's wet, it doesn't feel any different. It's like the same consistency. It's just like hard, like it hurts as you're like blending it in. You're like, I'm punching myself in the face. This is great. Thanks, sponge. It's not worth it. It's like $5 too. You can just buy the Real Techniques one, which is way better for the same price. Don't do it. Just skip it. So this one was less like I didn't like the product and more so I just didn't like Ipsy for giving this to me. Sometimes the packaging, which is going to be in this next one too, the packaging that Ipsy sends you is just so terrible. So this is the Trifle Cosmetics Raspberry Ripple Ombre Radiance Blush Palette. I have no need for a blush palette from Ipsy. I would have been way happier with one of these shades, not 3 of them. It's like you can't even get a blush brush in here to use it, unless if you're using like a little baby one and then you're gonna get like a spot on your cheek. I like using a big large brush for my blush so it's like nice and blended out, not so it's like pink. They seem like they're good quality. I'm never gonna use them. I think 2 of these colors are really pretty. Like, let's try and get these away from the Essence ones. I have, oops, that finger had no product on it. This pink one is the one that I would be less likely to use. I always wish that I could wear pinks like this. They just don't look good on me. This color, on the other hand, is like a shade that would be right up my alley. Like this one here is like something I would totally wear. Even this one, it's a little bit deeper, but kind of peachy, rosy kind of. I don't know, I'd be interested in any of these if it was like the full size, or like, I don't want 3, I just want one that's even like double the size of one of these. Even if it was one that was one size of these. Because if I try and put a brush in here, I'm just gonna get all of them, and none of these really look good together. It's more so just frustration of packaging than anything. If the goal of Ipsy is to try something before you buy it, I need to be able to try it first. Which brings me to my last disappointing product, and it is from the Balm. It is the Bahama Mama Bronzer. Again, what? Like, how is that a bronzer? It's like the size of my fingernail. How am I supposed to get a bronzer brush into this little half an eyeshadow pan? It's not feasible. But not only that, I mean, it feels like a great powder. I love Balm products. They have other Balm things and I really like them. I just am annoyed with this. But even if this was like a full size, I don't think it would be right for me. The color is just a little too like cool toned, olivey. Like it almost looks too green on my skin. It doesn't look terrible on my hand, but once I put it on my face, it looks unnaturally green. It's just not a great color for me. Again, any of these products, if you like them, that is fantastic. I like products that people say they don't like, so I get it. It's personal preference, it's makeup. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. I would love to have you around. And until next time, bye guys.